Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Welcome back to another live show. And obviously I do have the sound of the super chat. So if you choose to super chat, you can click that little icon within the chat section. If you choose to super chat, this thing will make a sound. And like always, if we get through $100 US during a single live show, then I will break out the drum. So this is going to be right over here. So I'm just waiting for y'all's super chats. And just a few things, a lot of good stuff going. I've got my H2O or H2O, however you want to say it. Got my water right here. I have dropped, and I'm still fat, but this week I've dropped about 5 pounds, and I credit two things. Number one is the Schwinn IC4 because I've gone through it and I've looked for I looked at the various apps, and I found that the top 3 apps, at least the ones that I've tried and I've discovered, the Zwift, and then also the Full Gas. Those two are the simulators, the cycling simulator type things. But the one that really surprised me was the Peloton app. And again, I didn't expect, when I see a product like that advertises so heavily during the holidays, and keep in mind, I don't have the Peloton bike. I use the Peloton app with my Schwinn IC4, so I do kind of the poor man's Peloton experience, but it's by no means gimped. The thing that's so fascinating about it is that, you're working out, and you've got virtual instructors, like you're in a gym class, and you've got an instructor in front of you. Super motivating. The didgeridoo. Hey, stocks and watches just for you, sir. Welcome aboard, Stocks and Watches. And everybody that hasn't subscribed to Stocks and Watches, be sure to subscribe to his channel. He's had a few live shows, a lot more live shows coming soon. We need to get Stocks and Watches quickly through the first 100 subscribers. That's super important, so you can start trending upwards. And just a really cool dude, really cool channel. Obviously the channel is about stocks and watches, so something different. But yeah, weight loss. I've lost around 5 pounds this week. Again, still fat, but the Schwinn IC4. Whoa, this thing just dropped on me, man. I didn't tighten it. There we go. I think that didgeridoo made such a vibration that it knocked it loose. But yeah, so it's a great workout, and that's, at least for the thing, I'm going to stick with with the Peloton app instead of using the other apps. Ultimately, I don't need multiple apps. I don't want to have to track my data through multiple apps. I just want to have that motivating experience when I hop on the IC4 to burn fat. And, and track it all in one place. So if you want to follow me on Peloton, within the Peloton app, obviously my name within the Peloton app is IrixGuy, and there's also a hashtag that I have within the Peloton app. It's hashtag IrixGuy. So feel free to follow me within the Peloton app if you choose to do so. That's what's going on with that. And then also, obviously the dumbbell bench and the dumbbells that I've been using, not going to a gym since March, started to get really fat. So I'm doing the strength training component with a dumbbell bench, and then I'm doing the Schwinn IC4. So that's been a recent adventure here on the IrixGuy's Adventure channel, is finding what is the perfect home gym equipment. And I think that I found the perfect deal. And looking at it and taking into account that I canceled a brick and mortar gym membership, this is, at least for this point in time, it's a great experience. I'm able to get my workout, and I don't have to worry about, being in an enclosed gym with other people that, that may not be that vigilant about staying away from, other people that may have the virus. So I don't want to get the virus. I mean, maybe the virus maybe it's not that big of a deal, but, I don't want to sample it and find out. So, yeah, with that being said, got on the drone front, Stocks and Watches, no problem, man. Always happy to shout out. Always elaborate on YouTube without a doubt. And I've still got to do, and I haven't forgotten your suggestion from a long time ago. GCF, how is your Samaritan run? +/-2, man. +/-2, Kosk. And that's in the fascinating part is that's after about, 10 years. I can't remember how long I've had the thing, but right now I've just got the Apple Watch on because after this live show, I'm going to do a hardcore workout. Today's chest and shoulders, and it's also cardio day. So gotta do that. Yep, that's +/-2, man. +/-2. So yeah, and drones. Let's see, what do we have? Still we have strong rumors about a DJI Racing Drone, but again, what I just said, rumor. Nothing has actually materialized. So, I don't know. I'll try out a DJI Racing Drone just for fun. Is it something I'm going to adopt and start, become a drone racer? Probably not. I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe I'll really like it, but there's only so many hobbies and concurrent business ventures that one can have. So, you kind of gotta find, what are the best ones, what are the most enjoyable ones, and and stick with the best of the best. And if there's some ventures that may seem that they may provide value in the future, maybe they're worth sticking with. So just because something is is a venture that you choose to pursue, and out the gate it's not providing the value that it should and would, hey, maybe sit on it, try it for a few weeks, a few days, a few months. It could be a diamond in the rough. I mean, I've had a lot of ventures that have been that. They've been kind of rough in the beginning, but I stuck with them and they turned into something good. So, ultimately, like everyone else, I want to be the guy that does all of this, somewhat earlier on in life, and just is able to retire early and relax and enjoy life. So that's, it's sometimes it may seem to be a little, if you allow stuff to fill or to be overwhelming, it can. But, if you organize, if you plan and streamline whatever process it may be, if you get everything very, mapped out well, repeatable, and and easy to perform, the sky's the limit. And that's the thing with with entrepreneurship. You gotta, if you wanna be as successful as you can be, you need to, or you should. You don't have to do anything, but if you want to be as successful as you can be, consider multiple concurrent pursuits. And then that way, if you've got one that's kind of a laggard, maybe the other pursuits will cancel that out. And, I mean, that's the thing. Don't all, like the old saying goes, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Have multiple concurrent pursuits. Your opinion on the DJI Mavic Mini. Well, my first opinion is that if you're shopping for one, head on over to epicdroneshow.com and then click Buy a Drone. That's my website. So if you go to epicdroneshow.com and at the very top, click Buy a Drone, you can find the Mavic Mini, all the accessories, other drones too there. But with that being said, after shamelessly promoting one of my websites, which I got to do that. So, head on over to epicdroneshow.com. I like the Mavic Mini. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And check out my Mavic Mini video playlist to see it in action. I've done unboxing videos. I've done the first time in the field. I've done a lot with the Mavic Mini. The Mavic Mini, just quickly summarize what makes the Mavic Mini great, is that it is very small. It's very lightweight. So if it's something you're carrying along with other gear, maybe you're backpacking or something like that where drones are allowed, and you throw it in your backpack, It's very small. It's very lightweight. It is USB rechargeable. That's huge because if you're off the grid and you've got a USB bank with solar panels, you can recharge the Mavic Mini in the field. You don't have to have a power outlet or, the little power adapter in a car or a boat. So that's awesome. The video on the Mavic Mini is very good quality. It's very stable. Don't expect super high resolution video though, because at least at the time of talking to you, Mavic Mini tops out at 2.7K, which is probably fine. That's better than 1080p HD, better than 1080p full HD. So the Mavic Mini is a slouch. It's not going to do 4K though. It's going to top out at 2.7. But a big deal for most drone hobbyists, probably not. The range is more than acceptable. If I was careful when I was flying my Mavic Mini, it would have been easy to exceed visual line of sight range. It's like most every DJI product, it's just well engineered. It's, as far as the build quality and reliability, I mean, it's, top notch. It's large enough, the Mavic Mini is large enough to where it can handle moderate wind. Now, like something that's too light where it's just going to flop around up there. So, don't think that's the case. It's definitely not. I mean, it is a solid performer. Now, will it handle wind as well as, say, a larger and heavier Mavic 2 or Mavic Air 2, even larger Phantom? No, because it's not as heavy. It's not as big. But, I'm confident. I'm not here to spruik drones. I'm just here to share my honest opinion. It's a great drone. Is the Mavic Mini what I'm going to use if I'm going to go out and perform a professional shoot? Probably not, because I want to do 4K for that. So for a professional shoot, I'm going to use my Mavic Air 2 or my Mavic 2 Pro. If it's a low light flight, lower light conditions, I'm going to use the Mavic 2 Pro because it has the 1-inch sensor Hasselblad camera. Anything else, I'm just going to use the Mavic Air 2 because the battery life's exceptional. The autofocus on the Mavic Air 2 is on point. Also, the autofocus, on the Mavic Mini is on point. I mean, it's a good drone. And the best part about the Mavic Mini is that, the price of entry is a lot less. So, you're able to have the real DJI drone experience, at a lower price of entry. So, from that perspective, Mavic Mini is also awesome. And if it's something you get it and you're like, well, man, I really like this hobby. I want something with 4K. It would be easy to transition from the Mavic Mini to, say, the Mavic Air 2 or the Mavic 2. Just because it's it's the same. Once you've flown one, it's pretty much the same experience across all of DJI's drone lineup. When you're dealing with the Mavics and the Phantoms. So, yeah, I would highly recommend it. But again, head on over to epicdroneshow.com and then click the link there. It says buy a drone, and that would be deeply appreciated. But Sony, of course, is coming out with, it's going to be badged it looks like it may actually be the 15th. Allegedly, Sony's coming out with an A7C. And I don't know how I feel about that. And it'll be interesting to see what it is, once they unveil it. But I'm not too excited about Sony using a different lens format. Allegedly, this A7C is not going to use Sony E-mount, and that concerns me. I mean, that deeply concerns me, man. So, you don't, typically people don't want to have too many different types of lenses, because you want to get a bag full of lenses and you want to be able to use it with, with all of your camera bodies. And that's, if Sony steps away from Sony E-mount, that's going to be problematic for a lot of people. So with that being said, that's something that's worth mentioning. Also, the there we go. That just stopped. Good. had some buffering going through there, and I think I just found the culprit. Yes, I did. Yeah. I found the culprit. There you go. Okay, so now buffering should chill out. Man, I wish I had better bandwidth, man. It's always frustrating when you have when you have network congestion, especially when you're doing some sort of live stream. But yeah, this is back to ATEM Mini Pro. ATEM Mini Pro has been such a game changer, man. I mean, just a device that, on paper, the ATEM Mini Pro just kind of looks like a glorified web camera. But the reality is that it's so much more. I mean, I'm doing this entire live show like I have my past 20 or I guess 20, 30 or so, however many live shows I've been using the ATEM Mini Pro, and I never look back. And the best part about it is, too, this particular show, I'm broadcasting directly from the ATEM Mini Pro's Ethernet port. So it's going straight from it to the internet. It can also plug into your computer by way of USB, and it behaves just like a webcam, except you've got up to 4 HDMI inputs. And obviously, using a traditional camera like I am, the Sony Alpha, using that instead of a webcam is going to provide better image quality for your viewers. So that's super. That's been super nice. But yeah, I got some other stuff uploading. I've been doing, like I said, I've been doing so much with this Schwinn IC4 just because I'm trying to find the perfect app. See, I like, it's no secret. Everything I do, I like to establish a predictable and repeatable workflow. So, working out, doing my video, now that I've, tinkered around and I found all the cycling apps that are compatible with the Schwinn IC4, now that I've played with various apps, I've settled on, using the Peloton app for my Schwinn IC4. And that way, when I get on the bike, I know what to expect. Okay, I know that it's going to detect my Apple Watch. It's going to detect my phone. It's going to detect my bike, and everything's going to be hunky-dory. So I can just get on that thing and do my workout. No surprises. I know that all the data collected during the workout will be collected. So something that I do, and you can find this on my website too. If you're in the if you've embarked on the something bit me. If you've embarked on the fitness journey too, you probably should pick up these scales like I've got. You can find them on my website. Just go to IrixGuy.com and search for Bluetooth scales. And what these things will do, and I do it every morning, just right when I get out of bed, I stand on the scales. They'll measure your BMI. They'll measure your weight. They measure all this stuff, and you can chart your successes or failures, with your workout routine. And it's been so good is being able to bring all that data into one app. And in my case, it's all being collected by the Apple Health app. So I've got my data from my scales, my Bluetooth scales that I weigh myself every morning. And then I've got the data from my Schwinn IC4 workouts. And then I've got the data, exercise outside, like a jog or a hike or a walk. I get all of that data, and all of that data gets to one place into Apple Health. So, it's really cool when there's different mentalities. A lot of people are driven by results, and those results can just be simply looking in the mirror, and that's all they need. Am I getting fatter? Am I, becoming less fat? That may be the only motivation that people need. There's other people that are very excited by the data. And, and that's me. It's not good enough for me to just look in the mirror and say, okay, I'm losing weight or I've gained weight. I've gained a ton of weight since March because I stopped going to the gym in March because of the pandemic. But, what motivates me is the data. So I can look in my one-stop shop, my health app, and I can see, okay, things are improving. I'm getting in better shape. So that's why I know that, the equipment and the fitness routine that I've developed for use at home, while the pandemic, hopefully it's not prolonged for a long time, but hopefully the pandemic will come to a close here soon. But, if it doesn't, I've got quality equipment. I know what my daily routine is for working out, and there's no surprises because, I've tinkered with it, I've perfected it, and now it's just a matter of, if I can drop, 5 pounds or so a week, that's gonna, I'm gonna get to where I need to be in, in a short period of time, and then at that point, it'll just be a matter of, performing the daily workouts to maintain, not necessarily have to lose weight at that point. Once I get to where I want to be, don't have to worry about losing weight, just worry about maintaining. And, my thing is I'm going to eat and I'm going to drink whatever I want to. So if that means that I have to work out harder than other people, so be it. I'm going to enjoy my meals. I'm not going to nickel and dime myself and have poor tasting food. I want good stuff. Good doesn't mean expensive. It means just tasty. If I want to eat some fries and I want to put cheese and bacon on top of them, so be it. I want to smother them in ketchup, so what? Now, I'm not going to sit around and eat sugary foods because I don't like sugar, but I do love meats and potatoes and, and seafood and, all that good stuff. So it's just all about tracking the data and making sure that, you're making progress. And I have been. And again, the one thing with fitness, especially workout at home fitness, because when you work out in the gym, inevitably you're probably more motivated because you got other people around. When you work out at home, you've got to push yourself in a different way. And that's why these apps that are available now for indoor cycling equipment and apps for, I don't use strength training and apps because I've been going to a gym my entire life, so I know how to put together a structured strength training routine. That's no problem. But, the cardio at home has always been a challenge, and that's why this bike, this IC4 that I keep obsessing over, is just, it's a game changer. It really is, and it's whisper quiet. I don't have the friction pads on it. Older model indoor exercise bike, the friction pads, it would heat up and they would wear out and they would shed. And then, maybe the resistance after you've used it for weeks isn't as good as it was when you first started using it. So yeah, that was a poor quality experience. But now, thanks to magnetic resistance indoor exercise bikes, it's, it's a completely different experience. So that's the fitness rant. The other rant, obviously, was, the racing drone. Who knows if that's going to happen on another front. And this is something I want to re-explore, something I haven't tinkered with that much recently because I've been so Sony obsessed, Sony Alpha obsessed. But there's rumors that a new GoPro may be coming out either September or next month in October. So, if that does, I'll probably pick that up because I haven't messed with the past few versions of GoPro. There's nothing, not that there was anything wrong with those releases, but I picked up the Osmo Action, and I was using it, and granted, I love DJI. Don't get me wrong, but I'm still not convinced that the DJI action camera is going to be able to surpass GoPro. It was good. It had the face forward LCD on it, so you could see, if you're doing a selfie type shot or whatever. That was really nice. But I just don't know if DJI is going to be able to dethrone GoPro from an action camera perspective. So with that being said, I'm excited about the possibility of a new GoPro potentially releasing soon, because I want to get back into that GoPro sandbox and dig around and have some fun. I've got a lot of GoPro mounts. I just currently I don't have a GoPro, so want to tinker with that. The let's see, what else do we have here? looking at my show notes. Obviously, want to get up for some more live shows, and if you want to tune in and be a participant, I use Skype. So all you do is click a Skype link and you can join. If you want to be a guest on an upcoming live show, shoot me a message and let me know, and I'll try to work you in there, man. And best way to get me is facebook.com/IrixGuy. You can drop me direct messages through Facebook. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And then let's see. I'm just loading up some more notes here. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Oh yeah, this week big news. Super news. So, in addition to a Sony launch event this week there's also going to be an Apple launch event, and strong rumors suggest that we'll probably, without a doubt, we'll probably see the new iPhone and possibly some of the first ARM, which is Apple CPU, ARM-based computers. And will it be the ARM-based MacBook Pro? Will it be the ARM-based iMac? Could it be both? Could it be neither? I mean, who knows? So the Apple launch event this week, that ought to be exciting. And let's see what else we got coming through. And I'm not, until Apple puts a USB-C port on an iPhone, or until my current iPhone breaks. I got the iPhone XR, just kind of the basic iPhone, but I like it because the iPhone XR, the battery life is better than battery life from any Apple iPhone that I've used in the past. And that's what matters for me, not having to constantly feel like I got to put it back on, and recharge. I do like how it does the wireless recharging. You just put it on a wireless charging mat. That's a huge improvement that Apple's added to their iPhones. But I still get frustrated having to use that, the little lightning style Apple connector. Those things always wear out. And, USB-C is such a better, in my opinion, better connector, because it's got the USB-C part, but it's very, everything, all the little, I guess call it the little circuitry and all, whatever makes contact with the phone, all of that stuff is more internalized with a USB-C cable than it is with a lightning style cable. Because if you look at a lightning style cable, and actually I think I've got one right here. Yeah, I do. Ha ha ha. Lightning style cable, you look at it and you can see those strips. Those things wear out, man. You get your phone wet, those things short out. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Apple being a design company, such a good, they make such great products. They really need to do away with that lightning port. I know they've got a lot of pride that they put into it because, they developed lightning connector rather. But who cares? It's inferior to a USB-C connection, in my opinion. Give us USB-C on the iPhone, Apple. Come on. And do it next week. Or this week, because today's Sunday. So, yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. They need to get on the ball and put that USB-C connection on the iPhone. Do away with Lightning. I do not like Lightning connector. So let's see. What else we got going on? Apple's event, Sony's event. Could there be a DJI event coming soon? A new DJI launch event? Well, the only thing that DJI has released recently has been that new... They keep pushing, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the little Osmo for your iPhone. I mean... Here's the thing, iPhone, even without a gimbal, and granted, the gimbal's more, it's smoother, it's better video quality, but the iPhone, even without a gimbal now, is, the software stabilization in the iPhone is pretty good. For most filming scenarios, it's pretty good. So I don't know if there's really a need for those Osmos anymore. I mean, maybe I'm missing out on something. I don't know, but it's just something else to have to carry around, man. And if you're going to be filming, here's the way I look at it. If I'm going to be filming something professional, I'm going to use one of my professional cameras. I'm not going to use my iPhone. But if I'm going to use my iPhone, since, at least for my workflow, it's not a professional production. I mean, it could be used as B-roll and other situations. If that's all I have on me is my phone, I can pull it out and capture a video that I may otherwise miss because I didn't have a camera with me. But I want to lug around the Osmo mount for the iPhone too. I don't. And again, you may have a different opinion, and that's perfectly acceptable. But I just think it's funny DJI continues to develop their little Osmo thing for the smartphone. I don't get it. I guess they must be selling, otherwise they probably wouldn't continue to make them and make small tweaks. Like this one has it's got the little magnetic connection for the phones. So again, just a small tweak, but I don't know. It's funny how all this stuff how there's small enhancements that were made out to be, it's revolutionary, it's a brand new product, which in theory it is a new product, but unfortunately it's kind of more of the same. But that's where I think, speaking of more of the same, I think that's where we're going to see something really new when we see the Mavic 3. So again, still targeting rather first quarter of 2021 for the Mavic 3 or the Mavic 3 Pro, whatever they're going to call it. So that'll be that will be interesting, and I'm genuinely excited about that, and I definitely think it'll be worth the wait. But hopefully they don't make us wait longer than first quarter of 2021. Hopefully they get on the ball and get that thing released. But yeah, it is, and as far as this will be one of the weirdest. Typically when you get to September and October, you start to have a feeling for what for what the new tech is going to be. Cameras, drones, computers. You start to have a feeling for what the new tech is going to be for the holiday shopping season. And there hasn't been a lot of new tech released. And I understand this is a weird year. It's a pandemic year. So it's probably going to be a weird holiday shopping season. I mean, from the perspective of, what are the new things to choose from. So I think we may have, technologically speaking, we may have an underwhelming Q4 of 2020. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I could be grossly inaccurate with that assumption, but I'm gonna, make that assumption publicly anyway. So we've got, let's see, what else? Yeah, just not much. Not much going on. I know that Jake's not on this show, which is unusual because Jake is usually here. Jake had mentioned that he was going to have some train videos. So hopefully Jake will have those train videos to be able to share with everyone, because that was something he had mentioned during a previous live show. And let's see. Anything else here? Just deleting junk. I got junk emails. I cannot stand junk email. Even though I opt out, I still get junk email. It is annoying. Super annoying. Tell you one thing that slowed down, and that's the amount of junk mail that you get from the Postal Service. That has really slowed down, and hopefully that trend will continue. Now, the bad part is that I've had a ton of packages lost by the Postal Service, and that's been, trying to deal with that has been what seems to be a battle that probably can't be won. I don't know. But anyway, I'm switching to, if I ship anything, I'm not going to use Postal Service anymore. I'm going to use FedEx or UPS. So it's just frustrating. But yeah, so I guess I'm going to get back to fitness here. I got to achieve these fitness goals, exceed my personal fitness goals rather. So I'm going to go do my strength training workout and then my cardio workout with the Schwinn IC4 and the Peloton app. That's, again, the Peloton app's what I've settled with. That's what I'm going to use for my indoor cycling workouts is Peloton. So that being said, kind of a shorter than usual live show. We've only been going for about 37 minutes, but appreciate everyone tuning in here. Let's see what I've got here. There's something else here. Let's see, live show. There we go. Let's see if this right here pops up. Yeah, so just kind of let's see. I've still got network congestion. That's crazy. I thought I'd cleared it out earlier with when I did the pause, but appreciate everyone tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed, be sure to do so. YouTube.com/IrixGuy. And be sure to ring that bell icon, and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.